So, hello everybody, and welcome to series 2, the theme of which is how are NGOs going online. So, as a guest today, we have Oreoluwa, a criminal justice enthusiast, founder of an NGO for children with critical medical issues and the less privileged. It's wonderful having you on and seeing the work you do for them. So, would you like to say a few words?
Hi everyone, my name is Oreoluwa. I am a graduate student of Texas Southern University, currently majoring in criminal justice, and I have an NGO I started in 2018 for the less privileged kids. And the reason why I chose kids as my target is because these children don't have the voice of their own, and I stand for the voice for the children.
Absolutely. That's lovely. So, I had a couple of questions and I would love to hear your answers for them. So the first one was, I was very curious to know this one actually. So what made you really start this NGO? Like, apart from really being a voice for them, what was there something that pinpointed you that, you have to start this?
Okay, first of all, I'm originally from Nigeria, but I currently live in the United States. And from where I come from back home, we have a lot of challenges when it comes to, helping children, and the government cannot do everything. And I am a child, but I'm very passionate about kids. So I just said, how can I help my community back? So first of all, my NGO started with the passion for children that I have, as well as to give back to my community. Like I said, my vision is just to put a smile on every child's face, while my mission is I am the voice for the children. And giving back to the community, it's a very huge thing for me, because it makes me really happy, and it's a way of also blessing my country, and also being blessing these children, because children don't, they are just they are very vulnerable, and they need guidance, they need love. And with the rate of poverty back in Nigeria, I just thought that this is a way to at least start to help my community.
That's awesome. That's lovely to hear. So what sorts of creative and innovative things you do for the NGOs in the couple of years? What do you do?
Okay, so in 2018, I had an outreach where I visited the hospital, the children's emergency, to see how the healthcare system has invested in children. But I was a bit disappointed because, they didn't have enough facilities for these children. First of all, children don't choose to come to this world, but, it's just fortunate they are here and they are precious gifts. So I just felt like, look, first of all, getting a good plan for my NGO by getting sponsors, how to reach out to corporate sponsors, how to reach out to people, can donors, and how to leverage and put myself out there in order to invest in these children. And I was able to be a blessing to them by donating oxygen gauge and pulse oximeter, as well as the children on the streets, because of the high rate of poverty and hunger is one thing that I know that it's eating deeply in my country. So I had to go look for the children on the streets to gather them, to feed them, because I realized that food is a necessity, and it's only a blessing that most people can have 3 square meals. So that was a huge part of my outreach. And also going to the less privileged home, the orphanage home, where to see children who to show love to these children, regardless of being away from their parents, from they have different stories or the other. So these are the ways I was creative. I was able to be part of leave a mark and a smile on their face by reaching out to them, by providing the basic needs they wanted. So I visited the hospital, the streets, and the orphanage home. So I was able to give back to them, to show some love to them. Yeah, that's where my creativity came.
That's lovely. So you mentioned oximeters and pulse and oxygen cylinders and everything. It is something the world needed in the time of Corona and the pandemic. So how did you really help them during the coronavirus? Because everything was supposed to be online and everything. So how did you help them?
Okay, like I mentioned, that was in 2018, and the pandemic then was not, as it was. Yes, it was 2018, so the pandemic was not as, it was not as terrible as how it is now, because I know the pandemic started in 2020. So I was able to reach out to them, but I haven't done another one since the pandemic, because it's a little bit challenging, And the vaccines right now are for adults and kids cannot have it. So the modes of contact it's not easy to get kids, and especially kids from rural area, and their immune system is exposed to so many
Many
things.
things.
I want to be
Yeah.
safe, and I want to keep them safe. But yeah, I haven't been able to do another outreach since the pandemic.
Okay. And so where do you exactly have your NGO set up? In the United States or Nigeria? Where do you work?
What did
The NGO that you work for, that you founded?
it's Nigeria.
Okay. So how do you help them back, considering you in the US?
Oh, how do I intend to help them back since I'm in the US?
Yeah.
Okay, so NGO, like I mentioned, started in 2018. I have volunteers. I have people on my team who I reach out to help me out, in this process, because I know I can't do it all by myself. You have, it's teamwork is dream work. So you need to have people on your side, on your team, who are very passionate about, non-governmental organizations to be able to achieve your goals. So I have my team I reach out to, and we are still open to collecting donations, and we are still open to looking into corporate sponsors that can help us, because we are a small non-governmental organization. We are a growing one. So those people in charge would help me oversee whatever I need to work on the project.
Okay, that's great. And I'm pretty sure you haven't been able to visit Nigeria back because of the pandemic, like as often as you might have probably. Yeah.
Yes, I have to visit because of the pandemic. Yeah.
And then how do you raise and manage your funds overall for the organization?
Okay, that is where budget and planning comes in. We have a target. For me, I have a plan. I have a target every year I want to work on. I remember the 2018 was basically on the kids on the streets and children in the hospital. So what I do is I get their basic needs. That if it's antibiotics they need, okay, let's donate more antibiotics in these hospitals to save the children currently. And if it's syringe or anything. So my budget is basically on planning. So we plan, because you cannot do everything in one day. Rome was not built in a day, and you cannot take care of all those children in the streets. So we have specific places we go to. We have specific needs. We have to contribute. We cannot do everything. So our management comes from whatever we decide to give back to these children, how to help them. Yes, so we just make plan.
That's great. And the last question I had for you was, how do you feel to be doing this for the society and giving back to the society?
I mean, I feel very good. I feel very great. I feel like God has just given me the opportunity to do this thing. It's not so easy, but it's just slow and steady. They say wins the race. So I feel very privileged to be able to give back to these children, watch these children smile and happy, and being a blessing to them.
Absolutely. No, that's lovely. And I'm so in love with the work you're doing for the privileged and for the less privileged and the children. So it was lovely to have you on. And, I really appreciate the work you do for them. So thank you so much once again. And it was an honor having you on today. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time too as well. I enjoyed the time talking
Thank
to
you so
you.
much. Yeah.